Today's horoscope, Thursday, July 2nd, 2026. All zodiac signs with the day's practical advice. Aries. Words and exchanges with the people near you are not neutral today. Mars in tension with the node and Uranus's push make it easy to react on instinct, just when a network contact calls for a more precise tone. It helps to cut the extra and get straight to the point, without burning a useful agreement. Do this today. Review a sentence, a reply, or a delivery before sending it. And remove the part that sounds too impulsive, so you avoid needless friction right away. Taurus. For Taurus, home and your emotional base take center stage today. Venus lights them up, while the moon, high in the public eye, makes the line between what you handle privately and what you show outwardly feel more charged. You do better when you stabilize, not when you postpone. Clarify a home agreement or a family commitment so you protect your rhythm without going on the defensive. To do today, speak calmly about space, timing, and family tasks, and define just one practical step. For Taurus, that's the cleanest way to protect the atmosphere. Gemini, your presence enters a day that calls for a quick move and does not tolerate running in two directions at once. Mars in tension with the node and the moon in Aquarius make what you do, say, and decide over the next few hours highly visible. If you stay too scattered, you lose effectiveness. If you tighten the gesture, you can stand behind a concrete initiative without overloading everything else. To do today, before you answer, check what you are truly offering and which part of the day can absorb it without getting rigid. Cancer. For Cancer, this date puts a shared pact or responsibility at the center. The moon, with Juno in a deep shared space zone, makes what is given and what is received more sensitive, and half sentences are not neutral. You keep a protective tone, but it helps to name exactly what is shared and what is not, without putting off a response. To do today, take a sheet of paper, separate what is yours from what you share, and speak only after you see where the real tension starts in the next few hours. Leo. Mars in tension with the node and the moon with Juno push a shared resource, trust, or intimacy agreement, not to stay hanging. You respond like Leo by showing up fully. But this date works better if you choose a response that is firm and measured, and do not let pride speak for you. Do this today, Leo. Mars in tension with the node and the moon with Juno push a shared resource, trust, or intimacy agreement, not to stay hanging. You respond like Leo by showing up fully, but this date works better if you choose a response that is firm and measured, and do not let pride speak for you. To do today, take a brief conversation about an expense, a task, or a shared commitment, and make just one thing explicit: what you are offering, without extending the discussion. Virgo. In the next few hours, an agreement or a conversation cannot stay on hold. Mars in hard aspect to the node pushes on the point of friction, and your relationship zone asks for a firmer reply than usual. You handle it best by cutting the extra and letting the facts speak, because a half agreement will either crack or clear up fast. To do today, put a concrete issue back in clear focus with someone close or with a collaborator. One clean sentence in the next few hours is worth more than 3 held-back explanations. Libra. Friendships and your network are the hot spot of the day. Venus puts them front and center, but Mars squaring the North Node makes it easy to stiffen if your routine takes over too much. For Libra, it helps to name who matters and where you want to go, with the moon in Aquarius making clear what truly excites you, without putting everyone on the same level. To do today, if a group reaches out, answer without diluting the point. A precise line about your availability, timing, and goal avoids misunderstandings and saves you steps. Scorpio. For Scorpio, the day puts creative desire under pressure. Mars squaring the North Node leaves no room for neutrality in a choice about pleasure or a project, while the moon at home brings up what needs to be said in family life without going around it. You tend to dig deep, but here it helps to turn intensity into a visible decision, not into second thoughts. Do this today. Give a creative idea a simple shape. Cut the extra. Talk about it at home and choose one move instead of leaving 3 paths open. Sagittarius. For Sagittarius, the day's knot is daily work. Jupiter squares Chiron and shows you where a method that is too broad no longer holds up, just as Mars adds both push and friction. A practical correction to your schedule, tasks, or physical pace matters because your momentum really works only if it accepts a clear limit here. To do today, review one step in your schedule, clarify timing and delivery, and forget the idea of making up for everything with more momentum than necessary in the next few hours. Capricorn. In your home and emotional base, Saturn brings into focus what you can no longer leave unresolved, while the moon in Aquarius makes the cost of every delay more obvious. As Capricorn, you respond best when you define roles and timing with calm, practical clarity. A practical decision made in the next few hours lightens the day if you avoid a half-finished confrontation. To do today, make one useful call or one useful meeting. Clarify the practical point, and put in writing who handles what in the next few hours. Aquarius. For Aquarius, the day tightens the connection between desire and action. Mars with Uranus in the creative zone sparks a creative turn, but the moon with Pluto makes reactions denser and less open to negotiation. In the next few hours, it helps to choose one front, one project, or one invitation you can carry forward without breaking your rhythm or pretending enthusiasm. Do this today, Aquarius. For Aquarius, the day tightens the connection between desire and action. Mars with Uranus in the creative zone sparks a creative turn, but the moon with Pluto makes reactions denser and less open to negotiation. In the next few hours, it helps to choose one front, one project, or one invitation you can carry forward without breaking your rhythm or pretending enthusiasm. To do today, take a draft, a proposal, or an invitation, and make it visible without endlessly refining it. That way you can tell right away whether the desire works in real life. Pisces. For Pisces, this date puts resources in the center. Neptune in your value zone receives useful support, but Saturn and Mars make every decision about what to keep and what to let go feel less neutral. You feel things deeply, but this movement works only if you turn intuition into a number, a choice, or a clear agreement, without letting yourself be carried along by the current. Do this today, Pisces. For Pisces, this date puts resources in the center. Neptune in your value zone receives useful support, but Saturn and Mars make every decision about what to keep and what to let go feel less neutral. You feel things deeply, but this movement works only if you turn intuition into a number, a choice, or a clear agreement, without letting yourself be carried along by the current. To do today, review a number, a rate, or a written agreement. Then leave room for a useful change without forcing it in the next few hours. Thanks for listening. You can read the full horoscope for each sign on en.milazzo.life.